start at about the 41, just outside the 41-yard line. We're coming up to 7 minutes left first quarter, no score yet. Man gets across the line of scrimmage early.
That's right. Now we still have Noble and Turton in there, two sophomores in the backfield. They're doing the backfield chores. Pick up some of the other linemen now as we can.
And Frank, I just saw Eric Hamill come in the backfield there, number 22. He has been out for a game and 3 quarters now with a turned ankle.
Yeah, he has, and I kind of suspect we'll go right up the center with that. And they're not going to make him.
There's Hamill, but the flag is down.
Right. No, I think what we'll probably see Hamill do when he is in there is go up the middle straight. Try to keep him from having to do any cutting, but trying to exercise that ankle. Motion, hand.
So 5-yard penalty against Hand. We're going to take it back about where they started the series. But they get first down over.
1st and 10 after 2 plays. Eric stays in.
I can't tell who's in the blocking position of fullback. Frank, do you see that number?
That looks like Carroll. He took it, yeah.
And he's got about 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards.
Beautiful run. He really can blast his way through there, and that was a dive, really, up across the center position. But he really can snap off that hike and get some good distance. We saw him do the same kind of thing basically on his defense and linebacker.
Gained almost 8 yards on that carry. Bob Duggan's put wide to the left. And it's a draw play handed off to Hamill, who goes forward a little short of a first down.
You know, the thing is that with Eric in there alone, anybody that knows he's in there really has got to do some keying on him, and that's going to free up the fullback anyway, or any other play that you decide to run.
Be a 3rd down and less than a yard for a first down.
The G-man comes to this side.
Every gap is filled. Every gap is filled.
And it's running right up the middle, and that should be enough for a first down.
It's going to be close. I can't tell. Should have
I think you should have it by a couple of yards. I think the line was able to get a pretty good movement backwards of the defense.
Where they spotted that, they didn't give him much forward.
Boy, they sure didn't.
Looks like he might have it.
I'm
going to have a measurement.
I think that was kind of a bump.
I thought he got another yard.
I did too. Well, we're going to have to see what they're doing. They're taking their time to bring this out, but.
The officials are going to bring the chains in from the far side to measure with 5:25 left, first quarter. No score yet.
With over half this first period gone by, they're really all right.
First down by half the length of the ball.
A little bit of justice there, I think. No, we've got 7 minutes gone by just about in this period, and there really haven't been that many plays. It seems like, I guess they've been all running plays, and that chews the time up this stage of the game.
So now we've got Dan Carroll at fullback and Daryl Noble at tailback. Mark Gumkowski back-handed quarterback. Pitch this time to the right to Noble, and he's tripped up right near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Hand's going to drop back 5 yards for motion, I think. Just started.
Is there a flag down?
Yeah, there is. And the white shirts.
Getting up there for that's Daryl Noble.
That's Noble.
Yeah. Getting up.
Looks like they're holding his wrist or something like that.
Daryl Noble, who is filled in and has gained over 100 yards in both of the first 2 games, his first 2 starts as a Hand Tiger.
And Guinapero just came in. It's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Kent?
We have a number that I can't identify.
Not on the
number
roster.
6 out there for Hand, and we don't have that on our roster. Gumkowski looking to throw. Now he's going to throw long. And there's a man, complete pass near the goal line. That's
that G-man. That G-Man, what a grand catch he made on that. He had a hand in his face from the Gale player, and he had to twist his body around a little bit behind him, grab it. Oh, what an excellent play by the G-Man out there.
And an excellent throw to loft it over the defensive man. Guinapero got behind the defensive man, caught the ball, and is down at about the 2. First and goal for Hand.
Yeah, let's
First scoring opportunity. Split backfield this time, and right up the middle by Carroll, and 2 flags are down. 2 flags are down. It looked like he had enough yardage to get into the end zone almost. There's no signal yet. Let's see what we got. Offside against Shelton.
We're on the 1 yard line.
So a penalty from the 2 to the 1. Apparently he did not get in, Frank, or he would have taken it.
Well, actually, I don't know, offsides, you know, that's before the snap, so I'm not sure you get a chance to take it.
It could be. Same alignment this time, split backfield behind Gumkowski, and Gumkowski keeps it, goes forward.
He's in there.
He's got it. Touchdown Hand.
Well, we've got to say, we know that with Mark in there, that you've got a lot of athlete all by himself, and he can take it. Given a little bit of room, he can put some pressure on. And that was a nice quarterback sneaker in there.
So Mark Gumkowski carries the ball right behind center Tim Hevesy, and the guards are Mike Anderson, and I'm not sure who the other guard was. Try for a point by Jim Willis. Good snap, good placement, kick is up. Kick is good.
All right.
7-0.
Wow, we've got to say that after Hand going 3 and out, and then Shelton 3 and out, Hand took the ball then with good field position, and was able to make some pay dirt after that.
And the big play in that drive was the nice pass play from Mark Gumkowski to Dan Guinapero that got him down to the 2.
Yeah, that was about a 30-yard, just about a 30-yard pass play, and you're right. The 2 sides of that, well, actually 3 sides, because Mark had a lot of time to really set up for that. He was coming to the left, which is not the easiest throw for a quarterback, but he did it, and it worked well.
Mark Gumkowski has been out for 2 games, and he didn't look like rusty at all on that drive, Frank.
No, he didn't. The interesting thing, will he be able to keep up through the game, because he was out for mononucleosis, and that particular one, the recuperation is you do absolutely nothing. So one of the things I know the coach and everybody was a little bit concerned was that he wouldn't be able to keep up his conditioning, although he came into the illness in very good shape. So hopefully he didn't drop too much of it off, and but we do know that he has an able backup if he starts to tire out there.
So Daniel Hand scores first with 3:53 left in the first quarter, 7-0. Hand is leading in their first game ever against Shelton at Shelton.
By the way, number 6 is one of the Frey boys, Chris Frey.
Chris wearing number 6, all right. And a kickoff by Hand. It's going to be fielded about the 9-yard line. Back up the right side. There's a little crease there, but tackle at about the 25-26.
Almost impossible to see who's the last one up off of that. Is
number 40 was in there, Dolan.
Yeah, Mac the Knife was the man inside on that. You saw him play a block off to fill up where that crease was opening up. He did a nice job filling.
Mac Dolan was in on the tackle, and I also saw 42, Eric Becker, that helped out on that tackle.
Yeah, Becker's been doing a great job.
So Shelton gets the ball back with 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. And a run to the right and tackle in the backfield. Excellent defensive play.
Nice penetration.
And shut that one down in a hurry.
That was the knife on one part, and
Hevesy makes the initial hit.
Tiny Tim.
Dolan.
Tiny Tim was in there like a flash, and he was helped by the knife.
I don't know about that nickname, Frank. He's
Tiny
not so
Tim?
tiny. He's about 6'3", 240.
That's easy to say from here, you know. Down there, I just say, yes, sir.
He lost a yard on that play. And a run right up the middle again, and stopped near the line of scrimmage. I see Mike Anderson pushing the man back.
Oh, you bet.
Somebody had him low underneath of that, and that's Hevesy again, 78.
Nice fake on the handoff by Shelton on the first man through, but coming to the right. But Hand did not bite on that at all. Nice job by the guys up front.
So Hevesy, playing a defensive end, slid over and made the tackle in the middle of the field, and helped out by Mike Anderson.
We should see some aerial here, I think. Duggan's over on that far side in corner, and We got Danny Glenn coming in here. Is this
They're down and 10 for Shelton. High formation for them. And the quarterback is rolling to the left, and Hopkins got him pinned in, chasing him. You better get rid of it. And wide open. Complete pass for Shelton. Good play.
That's too
across
bad.
midfield.
That's too bad for hand standpoint because the line really got in there in pretty good shape. But sneaking in under the zone there was the Shelton player, and he was wide open. Flat-footed, as a matter of fact.
So a Shelton receiver on the far sideline without a defensive man within 5 yards of him makes a catch. First down.
There's an excellent pass, too. You got to give the devil his due on that one.
48-yard line. A quick, looking for a quick pass. Now he's throwing it out of bounds. Incomplete.
Mac Dolan over on the coverage there, but he didn't have to do much other than intimidate.
They looked like they were looking for a quick slant in, a short drop by the quarterback, and that wasn't there. So the quarterback looked for another receiver. Didn't find any and threw it to one of the sideline players. Second and 10 at the 48 for Hand. We're inside of 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Hand is leading 7-0. High formation for Shelton. Receivers split wide each side. And man looking to throw again, and that's overthrown. That was a little dangerous. That could have been picked off. Dan Glenn was in pretty good defensive position there.
Well, the funny thing, I kind of had a feeling that we were going to see another pass after the success on the first one, that the quarterback, Brian Sutcliffe, would try one, but he did. He's got a strong arm. He's not a real big fellow out there. It says on the schedule here that he's 5'7", 178 pounds, but he had some beef on that throw. Matter of fact, almost dangerously so.
3rd and 10 for Shelton at the 48. And it's a draw play up the middle, and Hopkins closes it down.
Hopkins got a great job of stopping him initially as he came around from his defensive end position there, but he was kind of twisting as he was going down, and he twisted himself right away from the tackle. But it was enough to slow him down for Mike Anderson to get in there.
So on 3 offensive plays by Shelton this possession, they've lost 1 yard.
That's right, and they did try on a second down a pass, but it was very errant.
4th and 11, punt formation for Shelton. And a short kick off the side of his foot, and it's coming over about the 30.
It's not going to do much damage for him.
30-yard line. 30-yard line.
Rode dead just outside the 30-yard line, so he didn't get much of a punt off.
Well, he didn't even seem to shank it too awfully much. He just flat kicked it, I guess.
I think he took a divot about the way I do a 9-iron, Frank. So Daniel Hand with the ball back at about the 31.
Gwynnie's here, and we got Tommy on the other side.
Standing upright. Linebacker head up the center.
And a quick handoff up the middle, and a good run. That is Turton, is that who that is?
Yeah, Damian Turton. What a nice
Damian Turton gains about 14 yards, 15 yards.
A gorgeous handoff, too, between Gummy and Damian.
Ball at the 46. Good game for Hand, and we're down to a half a minute left in the first quarter with Hand ahead, 7-0. And it's another handoff up the middle. Carroll's got about 5 yards. And Carroll carrying.
Holy Christmas, we say that one. Got himself another 5 yards in there. It's really kind of a nice capability to have some tailbacks there that can move in and out very, very readily.
I see number 52, Matt Mesa, is in the offensive line for Hand.
Doing a nice job. Matt's a good-sized young man.
Okay.
Coming out of the rec league.
And we have a
quarter.
flag before the, I guess that's the quarter, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I didn't see a flag, I heard the whistle.
Yep.
So at the end of 1 quarter at Shelton in the 3rd game of the year for Hand, they're leading 7-0.
We didn't have.
Here we go in the second quarter of this game. They turn around and go the other direction just across midfield.
Yeah, they didn't have to go very far, just reverse themselves, basically. Hand facing the scoreboard during this period. Hand off to the tailback, and that's Eric Hamill, who goes forward for a couple of yards.
Frank, we haven't mentioned yet who Shelton has played yet this year. Do you know what they've done in the first two games?
Yeah, matter of fact, they played, the first game was against Fairfield Prep, and they beat them by 1 touchdown, just as Hand beat Fairfield Prep. They did that by taking advantage of 5 turnovers. Second game they played was against North Haven in our division of the new Super Conference, and they got whipped very soundly. I think it was something like 31-0.
And now you're facing the 5
by North Haven.
So Hand is 2-0, and Shelton is 1-1, and a short gain this time, handed off to the fullback. That looked like Carroll.
Yeah,
center was covered, the guards were covered.
It was Carroll, and they really made about no gain out of that. Matter of fact, even lost a yard, I would say.
That's going to bring up 4th and long 3.
Yeah.
And Dan Glenn is going to punt.
Man's not taking any chances.
Shelton has one man dropped back at about the 10 to receive this punt. And Glenn is looking for a roll, and he's getting a pretty good one. It's going to go down to about the 16-yard line.
Got about a 10-yard roll off that once it touched down, and kind of interesting. One thing Danny's doing this year on his punts, he's getting some real good height out of that, so the pursuit's able to get right down underneath it. It's got good hang time, as they say in the pros.
So Shelton gets the ball back with 10:44 left, second quarter.
We have Bobby Duggan coming out on the corner here. Tommy Hodgkins, Mikey Anderson, Rob the Brick Mason.
We've got Dolan and Becker protecting the corners. Outside linebackers, and a pretty good run here by Shelton, and looks like it should be a first down. Well, 11-yard gain.
Yeah, they had some nice block. They're pulling guards on that particular play for Shelton. Took out Tommy Hopkins pretty heavily and were able to make the corner in good shape. Bobby Duggan pulled him down.
So first down for Shelton. Ball at the 27.
Really their second first down of the game. First one, of course, they got on that long pass play.
Shelton this time has an offset eye with a receiver on each side of the field. And a pitch and a run to the left, cut back, and a gain of 2 or 3.
Well, I got to say that they ran to this side again where they just had the success. But the ball carrier, number 1, is Ranger, as his name is. He cut to the inside that time. Did get some reasonable ground. Good blocking. That Shelton offensive line did some reasonable blocking out there.
Mac Dolan made the tackle, but a 3-yard gain. Second down, about 7. 2 receivers to the far side of the field this play. And run to the near side, and there's not much there.
Right. They're trying to work this side. That's 3 plays in a row came to this side. One gave them 11 yards. The last 2 plays,
Hopkins turned that play in. Mike Anderson made the tackle.
That's right. He did a nice job. What I think Tommy did, he took another step to the outside, so it gave him a little more reason to come on the in. And helped out a little bit maybe that time. Eric Becker over on the far side.
Third down and 5. Quarterback option to the right side, and defensive men are over there.
Oh,
and that play is going nowhere.
Met by Becker, first man. He sliced through there from the linebacker slot. Nice job. Slowed him, made him trip, and had a little bit of help out there.
Eric Becker made the tackle, but there were 2 other defensive men, particularly 86 Glenn and Mac Dolan were right behind, so that play was destined not to gain much at all.
A lot of times wow.
And somebody just fell out of the booth next to us.
The Shelton...
Fourth down, punt formation.
Shelton coordinators in there fell through the floor.
Oh, there's a beautiful
punt. He's got it going backwards.
Winapero tries to field it over his shoulder to 15 and drops it. And he's going to bring it back about 3 yards.
Absolutely gorgeous punt. That had to be about a 45, 45-yard punt or so. And what they actually did is Danny knew he was up on the 20 when he first started looking at it. Started following it back, but he got it a little bit over his shoulder. He did do a nice job coming back. Once he got it, instead of trying to run around back there, he said, the heck with it, I'll just go straight forward. Tried to split 4 defenders coming down.
So he got it back to the 18 where Hand takes over again. Gumkowski rolling to the right behind some blocking. And he shakes off one tackler. There's a flag, 2 flags, 3 flags.
Yeah, host of flags.
The flags were thrown as a tackle was made.
I mean, the way those things came down had to be maybe a face mask or something like that.
The Shelton players are acting like it's against hand.
They are. It must have been a holding on one of the hand players then, because hand backed up.
It must have been obvious because 3 referees threw their flag on that play.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was watching Gummy see if he was going to get away from the pursuit. That might be half the distance to the goal.
Blocking below the waist.
Ooh.
So that's the illegal block. It's a blocking below the waist. Do you want to explain that infraction, Frank?
Well, it's really more from behind than it is below the waist, but nonetheless, it was half the distance to the goal.
So that's going to repeat first down, but about 20 yards to go for a first down now. Gumkowski looking to throw. There's a man open. Guinapero. Guinapero is heading for the far side.
He got to the 17.
Almost
He got
broke
back
away.
to the original line of scrimmage. He gained about 10 of it. Gained half of it that time.
Did a nice job. It wasn't the easiest pass to catch, but he got it. Went laterally with it, trying to break loose. Almost did. He's got some pretty good speed.
And he got by the man who tackled him. He had a lot of turf ahead of him.
He really did. I think he had the speed to probably go another 5 or 10 yards and then start cutting upfield. And it was close. That'll work. Gwinny is usually a deep threat catch, too.
Safety sitting back here a good 15 minutes.
So split backfield this time. Gumkowski looking to throw. Now he throws across the middle and complete to Hopkins. Hopkins breaks one tackle and goes forward for another couple of yards.
Almost.
He gained about 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards.
That pass really just came right to Tommy on the line of scrimmage. So he was starting almost like a running back. Once he got it, it was almost like a forward lateral. And then Tommy had to dig. So he got about 7 or 8 yards himself. So it's third down and about 3.
Tom Hopkins started that play in the slot left side. Now Hopkins comes to the right on this play. Guinapero wide to the left. And a handoff right up the middle. Bounce off of one man.
Better make it up to the 30.
That's close to a
Awful
first down.
close.
May have it.
It's a first down by the spot of this one.
Yeah, it depends on how he spots it.
Where he put
to
that
me,
ball down, looks like he should have it.
yeah, there was about maybe 18 inches, and it's going to be that close. They got to do it. They got to do
I
it.
got to measure it.
I don't know the way that's spotted.
We don't have the greatest angle here,
No.
Frank, but he may have it.
I hope so. He did some nice effort to get it there. Let's see, we got 5:58 up there, so this is quite a defensive contest, as we thought it would be. Gummy is going to be right there, taking a look. He wants to make sure
We'll see if
they don't
got
stretch it too far. They got it.
I got it by a couple of feet.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Dynamite. Nice job, guys.
So first down for a hand at about the 29.
They can sustain this drive now. Improve a lot for these young men.
Tim Hevesy over the ball at center. Who did we decide number 8 is? Is that Turton?
That is Turton. Damien Turton.
And it's handed off this time
This
to
is Mr. Hamill.
And Hamill
Attaboy.
wrapped up around the ankle.
Take care of that ankle, Eric. Attaboy. Just stretch it forward. He's tagging 6 feet, so just by stretching forward, he gets 2 more yards. But you can see he doesn't quite have that drive off the snap. A little tentative, just
Gained a little over 3 yards on that run. Second and along 7.
Oh, it's coming this way, huh?
Tight formation for hand this time. Motion man is Hopkins. And Gumkowski rolling left, and he's got blocking. And a complete pass on the far sideline. Bob Duggan, first down for hand.
What a nice catch on that, too. Going away, over his shoulder. Nice catch.
And we already have the Shelton coaches next to us pounding on the wall.
I think they take their football seriously over there. Guys, it's only a high school football game. I mean, there's not even any money on this game, I don't think.
This is the Valley.
This is the Valley.
First down for hand. Good play. Complete pass from Mark Gumkowski to Bob Duggan. Run right up the middle and good opening. Almost 10 yards. He's close to another first down.
Oh, he's a big boy, too. He's got some real good leg drive when he gets out there.
That's going to be a first down again.
You talk about Damien, says 5'10", 175. I think he's a little heavier than 175.
He gained just over 10 yards. Another first down for Hand at just outside the 45.
Nice job. Oh, we got some receivers coming this side. This could be
Three receivers. Trips right this time. But a handoff right up the middle, and that one's going nowhere.
Oh, my goodness.
Well,
whoever was the defensive strategist for Shelton that time was okay, because I thought they would have spent more people on the outside.
Damian Turton saw 3 tacklers immediately ahead of him, and he had no place to go.
None. 0.
So we have a break in the action as Shelton calls a timeout with 4:28 left before halftime. Hand is leading 7-0. That was the first timeout taken by Shelton. And again, Hand comes out with that same formation, Frank. 3 receivers to the near side of the field.
Yeah,
and they may use them here. Gumkowski is rolling right. Now he's got a hole to run. Finally, he's going to be tackled.
He got 4 or 5 yards on it, so he did okay with that when he decided to keep it down. There was good coverage downfield. Shelton picked up all three receivers going down there. And linebacker came in and filled on Gummy and did a nice job bringing him down.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and between 6 and 7 to go. Gumkowski straight back, looking to throw to Guinapero. Got him, man. Complete pass. Guinapero heading for the end zone. Pushed out of bounds inside the 5 at about the 3.
Nice job by the G-man.
A fly pattern by Guinapero on the near sideline. Gumkowski laid that one beautifully.
Nice touch on his passes. Beautiful job. And again, the G-man flying down there. He was on the chalk as he went and almost able to dive his way in. The defender just enough deflection hitting Gwynny to knock him out of bounds.
So another long pass play. Hand near the goal line with 3:44 left before the half. Plenty of time.
Little confusion in the change of manpower in there for Hand.
Hope everybody got a power eye this time with Turton and Carroll ahead of Hamill in the backfield. Hamill gets the ball and he carries it forward maybe a yard.
Let me tell you, not only that, but the Hand line did not get control of the line at that point. Again, you got to give the defensive line credit for holding their own and actually kind of maybe driving into Hand a little bit.
They don't give him any forward progress on that spot.
And I think that's correct. I think actually the defensive line actually did a nice job coming in there. Very, very quick off that ball.
So on that play, there was a power eye with 2 blockers ahead of Hamill, and they have the same formation on this play.
Chris Frey in at tight end.
And hand it off to the first man. Yeah. That's Turton.
Yeah, nice job.
Turton burrows forward for a yard or so.
He's sniffing the chalk, I'll tell you that. He's that close.
Turton takes it to the 1, so he gained 2.
Third down on the drive.
That brings up 3rd down, 2 more shots at the end zone from a little over a yard out.
This is when that offensive line have got to really hunker down and push forward. Use all their leg strength and weight. Timeout, Hand. Yep.
Hand takes a timeout.
Sure, don't blame him.
Talk over this play before they run the 3rd down play.
This Thursday, October 6th, that's the class of 65.
Hamill doesn't really have the drive off of it. And expended their first timeout of the first half. And they're at the 1-yard line.
It's a stunt.
And dive forward, and he's got it.
He does.
The carrier should be Turton on that, shouldn't it, Frank?
Yeah, I believe it was. You see the last guy? Yep, I believe. Yep.
That was Damian Turton who takes it in from 1 yard out to extend Hand's lead. Now to 13-0 with the conversion try coming up. We have 2.5 minutes left before halftime.
And the defense did another nice job, but Hand just hunkered down enough to give Damien the room to get in there.
Jim Willis to try the extra point. Good snap, good placement. And the kick is up good. Holding for the kick was Ryan Milligan, who was quarterbacked admirably the last 2 games in place of Mark Gronkowski.
You know, and that's really good to be able to do that too. Have Ryan come in so he's in the flow of the game, even if he's just holding the point after attempts. But that keeps him in the game, keeps him moving, keeps the adrenaline flowing in case they need him later on. If Mark shows a little bit of fatigue, although Mark, I think you'll probably have to drag him off the field with the whole football team to get him out of there now. He's tasting it, he's feeling it.
Frank, we haven't probably given enough credit to kicker Jim Willis, but by my count, that's like 9 in a row so far this year without a miss.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing when we get going on that Jimmy, and not only that, but I think you probably noticed yourself, Kent, I certainly did at East Lyme, that he's got a lot of power in that foot this year. Matter of fact, I was on the field at East Lyme, and he was kicking some 30-yard field goal distances at that time, which was really neat to see, with power. Even that kick right down, he had plenty of room on that thing.
So Jim Willis is back to kick off now.
Got a little more size on him this year, which is what normally happens to a young man.
And Willis hits a floater that's going to pick up at about the 14 and run to the right side. And a good run.
And he's gone.
And the man is gone. He's going to take it all the way back. So that's going to be an 85-yard kickoff return for Shelton for their first score of the game.
It certainly is. That's a kid named Ranger. I thought they didn't even know whether he was going to play tonight because he did have an ankle injury of some sort. But yes, sir, that sure charged up their fans, I can say. But it's too bad. They set up a pretty good wall over on that side, and he hit the wall and was able to take advantage of it. But Hand kind of didn't keep the contain going. They kind of collapsed a little bit too much towards the center, and that left that whole alley open all the way up the side.
So he caught that ball at about the 14 or 15 and took it at least 85 yards for the touchdown. Shelton is going to call a timeout before the conversion try. Frank, why would you call a timeout right before a conversion try? They got something up their sleeves for the try for two here?
They quite possibly could do that, although they've got a very good kicker. Their kicker has done some field goal work, and no, I think it was more just to kind of settle things down after a run like that, and you know, everybody excited, give them a chance to just gather themselves.
Block kick. The kick was low. It did not get in the air very well, and Hand knocked it down.
Tiny Tim. Can you believe that a guy his size would be able to get in there and block that thing?
Is that who would block that?
Tiny Tim.
Tim Hevesy.
Oh, my
Actually,
goodness.
Hand did pour through the line pretty well on that. The kick did not look like it got elevation very well.
No, but
that makes the score to 14-6 with 2:12 left before the half.
yeah, that helps a little bit. That means that hopefully they don't get another touchdown, but if they do, they'll probably have to go for 2 points. But I did want to say, you know, when you think about that 85-yard run, you know what was a little bit of salt in the wounds? It was right by the Hand bench.
I wonder if Coach Philippone said anything to him as he went by.
I don't know, but I'm sure a bunch of them probably felt like jumping on the field and tackling themselves. That's what happened to one of the former Hand players when he was at UConn. Another story.
So Shelton to kick off back to Hand, and it's a spinner that's going to hit it about the 20 and picked up by Guinapero, looks like, and he got a good opening.
No, a little
Good
bit
return
closer.
across the 40. Back to about the 42.
Danny's really showing some nice speed out there. And I call him the G-Man for other reasons. You know, he has a personality a lot like G. Gordon Liddy.
I suppose that would make a good attitude for a football player.
He takes no prisoners, that's why.
So 2:05 and the clock is running.
Not only that, but he likes to intercept passes, which is like stealing the ball, which is like Watergate, which is where G. Gordon Liddy was. So.
Gumkowski looking to throw, straight back, and he's going to loft one
Loft it
again,
to
and
20.
Hopkins is out there.
He's got it.
Hopkins makes the catch over the defensive man at the 30.
7-yard line.
Nice job on Tom's part. Look at that. You saw him jump in the air.
Tom was bigger than the defensive man and went over him, caught the ball at about the 30, fell at the 28.
But the thing that he did was he would make sure he was going to catch the ball. He wasn't worried about running afterwards. He said, I'm going to let that thing settle into my hands and accept that sort of a lead already. No trying to get it further.
So Hand inside the 30 with a minute and a half left before the half. Gumkowski slips and falls. And he's back at about the 34. Gumkowski rolled left, but his feet went out from under him.
He sure did.
And a timeout by Hand to stop the clock at a minute 20.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know. He was down in plenty of time for those Shelton players to stop. They still kind of crashed in on him. I'd be wary of that if I was the referees.
So we have a break in action here with Hand's second timeout. They have one left before the half. So Hand now with 2nd and 15 at the 34. And Gumkowski looking to throw. Here's the Guinapero overthrown on the near sideline.
Yeah, it wasn't there at all for the G-man that time. He didn't have a chance of getting that, but he took a pretty good kidney shot, and he is limping a little bit. He's trying not to, but he's limping off the field. The defender did catch him in the kidneys with him pretty hard.
He had a pretty good cushion there if the ball had gotten there a couple seconds sooner.
Yeah.
3rd down and 15 for Hand.
3rd and 15.
So they need something on this play if they're going to have a chance to score on this possession. Gumkowski straight back, good protection down the middle, and defensive men all over the place. Intercepted.
Duggan brings him down.
Tackled down deep. Duggan tackles the man.
Well, that's as good as a punt anyway, although you didn't want to really have to do that. But my goodness gracious, Bobby Duggan was the only guy down there, and there were about 5 black jerseys, weren't there?
The snake was open.
That ball was thrown into coverage. So
I think Mark probably is just going almost by the numbers on that and throwing to a spot, probably. But that's dangerous to do. The field is getting shorter when you're getting down there, so there's less area for the defenders to cover.
Shelton has the ball 90 yards away from the goal, and the clock is running with 45 seconds left before the half. And a run up the middle gains about 3. And Shelton doesn't seem to be in any hurry to try to do anything big here right before the half.
Yeah, they sure don't. I thought they might try to go for a bomb or something like that, and they didn't. Oh, that tackle was Dan the Christmas Carol bringing him down.
This is probably the last play of the half. We're down to 15 seconds and a running play. And the man is still on his feet, but he's being surrounded and brought down by a host of tacklers. And that will be the last play of the first half, with Hand leading Shelton at Shelton. 3rd game of the season. It's 14-6 at the half. And our thanks to Steve Fuse to handle the camera in the 2nd quarter, and Paul Sprague in the 1st quarter. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tardorf. We will be back for the 2nd half after we get a little bit of the band festivities with Richard Fasano, the band director, and the Hand Band is coming out shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Birmingham High School Tiger Marching Band, under the direction of Richard Fasano, will present some international flair in their opening musical selection. Drum majors Luke Milligan, Mike McCard, and Kate Gardner will lead the band downfield to an original Spanish-style musical selection by Ken Dye, which he calls Viento Español.
We are about ready to begin the second half of this ball game. Hand will kick off to Shelton to begin the second half. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff. Paul Sprague has got the camera for the third quarter. Steve Fust will take it for the fourth. Frank, do you have some figures on the first half, some statistics?
Yeah, unofficially what we have is that in the first half, Hand had 64 just rushing yards on 24 attempts, and we had Mark threw 6 complete passes out of 8 with 1 interception for 124 yards. We'll give some detail on it.
So Willis kicks, and there goes the man with a big return again, and he's going to take it all the way back. This game could be tied up very shortly. So 2 long run backs by Shelton, one to start the second half of the game.
Identical play to they had set up in the first half when they came right up the right-hand side, setting up a pretty good wall, and then Hand couldn't penetrate it. Identical play, same player, everything.
So this is a strange game, Frank. Hand's defense has kept Shelton from even threatening to score, but they've scored twice on long run backs.
It's the 2 run backs, both about 85 yards. They're going to keep them in the game. Now I would assume that they're going to go for score can't be right. Yeah.
No, they're adjusting it. It's 14 to 12 at this point, so
I assume they go for 2.
There's not much to be gained by going for 1 here.
Not unless you feel you're going to score another touchdown. Then you feel you might be able to do it, but or if you really have faith in your field goal kicker, you might take your safe point. Oh, last time it was blocked again by Hand, so my goodness gracious, that was a shocker right off. Because,
about 80 yards on that return, the PA announcer gave him credit for.
Yeah, that's probably right. I said 85, but
the ball is set on the left hash mark as if Shelton is going to use the wide side of the field on the near side for a 2-point conversion try.
That's what it looks like.
They would set it in the middle of the field if they were going to kick it.
There's something to understand. They're using a timeout right now, too.
Was that a timeout for Shelton?
That's what it looks like they've used. Their coaches on the field and everything. So they took this time to set their play. I would say they're going for 2, like we're saying.
So this game will either be tied up after this play or Hand will still have the 2-point lead. Shelton going for the conversion, 2-point try. They have 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, which is the near side.
They haven't been able to sustain anything on the offensive line for Shelton, but all they need to do is get 1 play with about 2.5 yards, changing footballs. Calling for
what are we doing here? We're getting a new football?
I would think that could constitute delay a game as far as they used up all their time.
So here's Shelton's attempt to tie up this game.
Seems like they're going to be a pass play.
Going to be a pass play thrown in the end zone. And it's caught. No good. Out of the end zone.
Yes.
It was caught, but the man was out of the end zone.
He did not have possession of that ball as he was going out, so then I think he did just drop it as he went out anyway. So no possession.
So Hand clings to a 2-point lead, 14 to 12, but a big run back on the opening kickoff of the second half brings them close.
Well, that gives a little sigh of relief for the Hand faithful on that, but I'll tell you that there was no one near those 2 receivers back there either, so Hand was biting on the rollout as the quarterback and didn't get the men back out on defense of coverage of those receivers. So
they had the quarterback contained, so the quarterback could not roll right and run it in, but they didn't have all the receivers covered. You're right.
Kind of dodged the bullet that time, I'd say.
So kickoff back to Hand. Let's see if maybe Hand can pull a long one. That's a short kick. It's going out of bounds on the far sideline at about the 33. And I believe they have an option to take it on the 35 here, don't they, Frank?
Yeah, they do, and that's usually what a team will do it. You know, what you do is you get good field position anyway, and nobody gets injured. If you ask for them to kick it over again, you always get the chance of fumbling the ball, or not just losing yardage, but something bad happening. So usually you'll take it on the 35.
sides to take the ball.
Now we do know that again, Noble was injured. We don't think we're going to see him here, but we know he injured his arm. We probably won't see number 34 playing this half.
So Eric Hamill just coming off a sprained ankle. He's not able to make his cuts as normal, but he is going to have to play a lot if his backup is also hurt. There's Hamill with the ball. Good gain. And Hamill's got about 11 yards. First down.
And a first down, yes. Nice job. But you could see him trying to plant that foot and make a little cut, and he was limping. But by golly, the kid's got guts, and he took it through there. Hammering Hamill out there.
So Eric Hamill takes it for 11 yards on the first carry.
However, you've got to give him a chance. He wants to play, and if he's feeling it all good, you've got to give him a chance. At least do something.
And after the first man, the fullback, who gains a yard or so.
That was about it.
Turton carries the ball. He's wearing number 8 tonight.
I don't know what it is, but they have him on the schedule as number 28. I think he wore that at home. They mustn't have an away jersey with 28 on it. Something.
He wore off the 2.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Winnie coming this side.
2nd and 8 for Hand at the 48. Run to the right side, and that's Turton, who gains only a yard or so.
It's going to be 3rd and about 6. Tried blasting off that tackle position, and it bent, but it didn't break from a defensive standpoint.
3rd down, about 6 for Hand.
Chris Frey leaves. He was in a tight end position.
And now in it, I was looking to see who was in a tight end. I believe Tom Hopkins is over there. And that's a flag against Hand. Overthrown, incomplete pass, but somebody moved early on that one.
Yeah, it's too bad because there would have been some interference out there overall. Hopkins was dragged down. I think it was 20 That's okay, he's done well. We're talking about the pass receptions, and Winnie's had 3 receptions for 75 yards in the first half of the game. Came alive real well, making some good receptions. Of course, we had the good one by Hopkins as well. Tommy had 38 yards.
That play is, that infraction will be declined to bring up 4th down. 4th and about 6 at the 49. Dan Glenn back to punt.
It's good football.
Let's see if they can cover the punt returner. Glenn gets it high. That ought to be covered.
Out of hang time.
And it's a fair catch. The ball's loose. Ball is on the ground. Ball's on the ground. We haven't got any signal yet who has it.
They're going to leave it with him. It must have popped free for a minute there because Hand jumped.
They give the ball back to Shelton, but it looked like a Hand man had a shot at it while it was lying on the ground.
And then recovered by Ranger. Wow. 10 Bears on their own 24-yard line.
That was a good high kick by Glenn, which did not allow anything but a fair catch try.
That's right. Like we said earlier, you're really getting some loft in that ball.
And quarterback keep right up the middle. Man carries it forward for about 3 or 4.
He gets some distance on that.
Tom Malik, Mike Anderson in on a tackle, and they're giving him almost 5 on that carry.
QB, almost a QB draw, but it wasn't. It was halfway between the sneak and the draw, but it caught the Hand defenders by surprise.
Ball to 28. We're early in the 3rd quarter. Daniel Hand High School is leading Shelton 14-12. And it's a run to the left side and only a yard or so.
That's probably going to keep it on the ground because they're going to have 3rd and about 3, maybe 2, 2.5, something like that. So they'll probably keep it on the ground. Remember, they only got 2 first downs in the first period. I don't really think we saw their offense.
Hand actually has dominated most of this game except for the 2 long runbacks of kicks for scores by Shelton. 3rd and 3. And a run to the left side, and the man's got his first down and breaks a tackle. Breaks a tackle, coming back to the middle, still going. Hand has got some defenders back here, but finally brought down at the 33. Winapero runs him down, but a long gain.
Out of go, Danny. He's just saved a touchdown on that. That was good extra effort pursuit on him, but boy, golly, that man broke loose and made most of that run himself. So
there were some arm tackles there that the ball carrier was able to break free.
What you're saying, there was some non-arm tackles. Very hard to bring down a player with just using your arm. You got to throw your body into it.
So that was a play. Had they stopped that one, Hand would have gotten the ball back, but instead it's a long run by Shelton.
That's right, and momentum.
Sort of a wishbone formation, option left, quarterback keeps, and quarterback carries it forward for about 3.
They just kept inching it forward and inching it forward. He didn't overrun his blocking on that. Did run by several Hand players. Now they got a second and about 8.
So Shelton is moving the ball on this possession. We're down to 7.5 minutes in the third quarter. Sort of a wishbone formation here, Frank, and quarterback keep, and he's not going to make anything on that one.
No, he doesn't.
And that's Mike Anderson that met his man right at the line of scrimmage, or maybe a yard deep.
Oh, Mike there. He's also, I believe, captain of the lacrosse team. He's a defensive player in lacrosse. The one thing that defensive players learn in lacrosse is how to be very quick. And even though they're big men, it's the same with the brick mason out there. He's a defensive lacrosse player. And that helps and transfers into football very well.
Third and a good 8 to go for Shelton. Tight formation and a blitz by a linebacker who came all the way through. Untouched, that's number 30. That's Malik.
Yeah, really. That was timing.
He got a running start at the line of scrimmage and came through, tackled his man for a loss.
Well, there's the number 2 timeout for Shelton.
That will bring up 4th down and between 11 and 12 for Shelton. And another timeout for Shelton. Long for Shelton.
Okay, they're going for it.
And Shelton, with 2 points down in this game, are going for it on 4th and 11 yards to go. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, a fake draw. Now the quarterback's throwing across the middle, complete pass. First down to the 15.
Well executed play. That's a big tall boy out there. I don't know what his number is. We're trying to pick his number up. 44 for Shelton. Tall boy, and the passer's right up there. Right.
So 4th and long, and they make it and keep the drive going. Ball at the 14.
Wow, that was well executed play and a well called play. They actually filtered out 5 receivers.
So Shelton in like a wishbone formation. And hand off to he's got a corner. The running back is got down to about the 4-yard line where he's finally dragged down by Dan Glenn.
There's some offenses working right now out there for the Gales.
He's very close to a first down.
Number 40 is inside on his shoulders.
Did he make a first down there, Frank? Did they signal it? They're marking that as a first down on the 4-yard line.
First with goal. They get 4 opportunities to get it in from here, and they've got it right now. They've got some momentum.
So a tight formation by Shelton, wishbone formation, and crossbuck man running toward the goal line near it. Touchdown, Shelton. Shelton takes the lead in the third quarter.
That was a well-executed drive on Shelton. They dodged a couple bullets and took that long chance with the 4th down and about 12 yards, and it paid off.
In that wishbone formation, 2 of the men behind the quarterback went to the right, and the ball carrier cut back to the left.
That's right.
So it was a very well-executed running play by Shelton.
Yeah, and that's what they really used through most of this play. We didn't see that in the first half at all. The wishbone seems to be giving him some trouble. A lot of extra options with that. What they're really doing is they're saying we weren't able to control the line of scrimmage on hand during the first half, so now we're going to try to do a little bit of speed and deception.
Shelton takes a timeout, and I believe that's 3 they've taken this second half. They have none left to use if they need them near the end of the game.
That's right.
But Shelton is ahead 18-14 with a conversion try coming. And it looks like a 2-point conversion attempt. 3 receivers split to the right for Shelton. Quarterback straight back being rushed and down in the backfield, and that's Dan Carroll.
And Dan Carroll using his speed to come through there on a blitz, so we saw a couple of pretty good blitzes by him.
Quarterback had no chance to throw that pass. The score remains 18-14. Shelton now leading Han, and for the second week in a row, if Han is planning to win this game, they have to come behind in the second half.
That's right. Now maybe last week's experience is saying, hey, you can't come from behind, will be a help at this stage of the game. Han really was having their own way pretty much with the defense of as a whole, if you want to say it that way. But
that was about the first good sustained drive by Shelton so far in this game.
Oh, it absolutely was.
Now Guinapero and Duggan are back deep to receive for Han. Kickoff low, bouncing, going out of bounds on the left side again.
Okay, they'll take it on the 35 again.
The Han players need to be a little careful of that because the Shelton player almost got there before the ball went out of bounds.
That's right. And if he did, it's his ball.
Free ball.
Well, I don't know if the boys are thinking of that, but I hope they are.
So Han gets the ball to 35 with 5:29 left, third quarter.
Well, let's see what the boys have up their sleeve now. Got me talking to them.
With Daryl Noble, who banged his arm in the first half, has not been able to play since then, and Eric Hamill has played in this position. And Hamill, coming off a sprained ankle, carries the ball for a couple of yards.
We got it up 2 on that. He's staying in there as long as he's keeping that ankle quite healthy. It's okay. We haven't seen Dan Carroll come in. He usually does play a full in there, fullback, instead of Turton, but he could go back to tail.
And Turton carries the ball. Turton's got a good game going. He may be a yard short of a first. Up near the 45.
But during the first half, Turton, even though he didn't get the carries the first quarter, he came through with, he had 34 yards rushing. He was the top rusher for him during the first half, so that was a nice 4 or 5 yarder for him right there.
They marked the ball a yard short of a first down, 3rd and 1. Mark Gumkowski all the way at quarterback, and there's a flag thrown, and I saw a Shelton man jump early. Let's see what they call.
There's a free first down. I'm sure Han will take it.
That's a free first down for Han. They'll be glad to take that one.
2 or 3 times that has happened. I know we're not keeping track of the penalties right now, but Han had a couple of big ones. That blocky below the 1.
First down for Han at the 49. Gumkowski rolling, looking to throw. Here's the man, wide open, complete pass. First down, Guinapero.
Okay, he's on the 31. What a nice spin move by the G-man, too.
Guinapero makes about 19 yards on that play. And Guinapero is shaken up as he was tackled.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a muscle. The way he kind of got pulled down there, it might have been a hamstring or...
So about a 19-yard gain for Han, but Dan Guinapero is lying on the turf. We do have an injury timeout.
And you know, yes. Okay,
we're ready to go again. Dan Guinapero was shaken up on that last play and was on the turf quite a while. Frank, do you think that's more than a cramp? Or?
No, I really think it's just a cramp. Just a cramp is not the way to say it, but except for it's something you can't recover from. But it really looked to me like when he went down, it was a cramp, strained muscle type situation. But what a move he put on. I hope everybody was able to see that on the tape.
And about a 19-yard gain on that last play. Mark Gumkowski throws incomplete, so it's 2nd and 10 for Hand. Down at about the 32. Two receivers to the right side of the field, far side. Gumkowski hands off up the middle. Hamill's got a little opening.
Closed awful quickly out there. You've got to be able to say that Shelton players are really closing those holes very, very quickly.
On a play like that, Frank, you realize that Eric Hamill is not running at full speed. Otherwise, he would have made a cut there and probably gotten more yardage.
Yeah, and I dare say he would have cut to the right by the way that was looking out there. And that's where the opening was.
3rd and 6 for Hand. Bob Duggan split to the left. And hand off to the first man, Carroll. There goes Carroll. Carroll breaks the tackle.
First.
Carrying a man forward down to about the 16-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Yeah, and you could see them trying to tackle. Once they had 2 guys trying to tackle, the 3rd guy came in trying to pull the ball away, and he covered it up beautifully to hold on to it. So it's 1st and 10 from about the 16, almost 17. Actually, the 17 probably is close.
So Hand has got a sustained drive going here. They've got a little more than 16 to go for a touchdown. Hand off to Hamill. Big opening. Hamill on to the end zone. Touchdown, Hand.
Yes! How'd it go, Eric, baby?
Eric Hamill, not much cut, but he had a good hole ahead of him.
No, there certainly wasn't much. He didn't take much. Matter of fact, he kind of jumped into the end zone. Oh, please, Eric, go.
So Hand regains the lead with 2:39 left, 3rd quarter, and a Shelton man is down on that play. As we have another break in the action for an injury timeout.
This is a cramp also.
So a Shelton man had an injury timeout and walked off. It looked like he had a cramp. Hand will kick the extra point, leading by 2 at this point. And Willis, no, it's a fake. Milligan is carrying to the right and does not make it. So I'm not sure if that it looked like a pure fake.
The word is that the Hand doesn't have that play in the arsenal of offensive plays. It must have been broken. And
Ryan Milligan, who received the snap, probably didn't handle it cleanly and decided to run it.
Plus, the thing of that kind of thing too is that the fellow catching the snap has got to make sure his knees are off the ground. Otherwise, if he catches it and his knee is on the ground, it's down there anyway.
So Daniel Hand is now leading by 2 points. 20-18, 2:39 left, 3rd quarter, and we'll see if they can get away with another kick here, Frank.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel Hand to kick off back to Shelton. And Frank, what do you do after you've had 2 long ones run back on you already tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, I hope you certainly made some adjustments with your team because, number one, the way we're lining it up, it is going to Ranger on a normal straight-ahead kick. Ranger is number 1 out there. He's the guy who's made both of those run backs. I would either think you might try to...
And he's on the near side of the field,
That's right.
isn't he?
He's in position to catch it. This is identical to what we've seen in the other 2. Now, maybe Jimmy will try to kick it cross field and in the air to the opposite side.
So Jim Willis will kick off. We'll see what he does with it. He's going to hit it to the. He's going to kick it to the right side where it's feeling on a bounce
reverse
at about the 17.
Reverse. Come on.
And there they finally brought him down just across the 30, about the 31.
Well, that was better than the run backs all the way, of course, but. It's still a little bit more of a run back than you want to see. So the well-coached team is the Shelton team.
Shelton takes over at the 31. We have 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and so far in the 3rd quarter, each team has led. Hand is currently ahead by 2. Quarterback option play and a swing to the right and a lot of room to run. And 1 tackle broken, and the man is heading for the end zone. He's got an angle on him. A long run, finally thrown out of bounds by Bob Duggan.
I guess what you do is put the ball in number one's hands and let him run. And you let him run up the right-hand side. Holy cow.
I think maybe they might have missed Dan Guinapero on that particular play, Frank.
Yes, they very well might have, because that's certainly...
He's the safety man who is the last protector back there.
Yet, Bobby Duggan's good on that corner also. He's a fast man and also a receiver, but he came all the way across the field.
So Bob Duggan finally made the stop, but not until he got clear to the 24. Run to the right, nothing there. Goes down immediately. Mike Anderson on top of the tackle. Dan Carroll up there underneath. Tom Hopkins gets up underneath.
Hey, Shelton's staying with that wing offense off there. They had good luck with it last possession, and they're sticking with it this time.
Loss of a yard. Damian Turton is in on defense.
Yeah, playing linebacker where Mac the Knife used.
Shotgun and a run to the right and met on the right side. Not much that time. Tom Malik makes the initial contact, helped out by Tim Hevesy. Tom Hopkins.
Yeah, now we could see there where Ranger didn't get a chance to really take advantage of his speed. He got chopped right very early. And also tried to tackle the ball away, and I like to see that. Many times I thought in the past the hand really didn't do a good job on second and third man in trying to take the ball.
So Shelton's good runner that time was stopped with only a 1 yard gain. Third and 10. Quarterback looking to throw, rolling to the left. And now he's throwing long for the end zone, and it's knocked down in the end zone. Incomplete pass. That was a good defensive play by someone back there.
Yeah, who was that? I'm trying to pick a number. I think it was Dan Carroll that was back there.
Actually, I believe 88 Guinapero was back in there.
Yeah. They're going to do the same thing. They went for it last time. They'll do it again.
They went for everything. Fourth down. But the ball at about the 23, they will take a shot on fourth down. Duggan on the far side on defense. Dan Glenn back at the safety. Guinapero's back in the middle.
And
a deep drop. This may be a, he's going to get rid of it in a hurry. Incomplete pass thrown out of bounds and good pressure. Who was that in the backfield there, Frank? Did you tell?
That was Tiny Tim.
Tim Hevesy missed the quarterback the first time and came back and pressured him the second time.
Let me tell you, that quarterback is some kind of lucky that he did miss him, because he was like a Mack truck coming down there. And if he had hit him, he would have been drilled about 6 feet deep, I think.
So a fourth down play, Hand takes over on downs, gets the ball back at the 23.
I'm going to make a comment on something I saw at the end of that play that is interesting.
Split backfield and a dive right up the middle, gain about 2.
Yeah, as that play was coming to a close, the quarterback threw it, tried to get it into Ranger's hands. It was over. Of course, he was half hit when he was throwing it. Eric Becker hit Ranger and drilled him to the ground, such that maybe Ranger will think twice about stretching up again. It was a nice move on Eric. I mean, he was playing it the way he had to. It wasn't dirty, it was clean. He really nailed it.
Turton carried the ball in the last play, 2nd and 8. This is probably the last play of the third quarter. Tomkowski rolling right, looking to throw, complete pass, right near a first down.
Right in there. I hope he got past it. What do you think?
He was knocked out of bounds, so there will be one more play. Clock stopped at 10.
Yeah. Duggan, I think he had his lacrosse stick out that time.
Is that Duggan that caught that? Third down and 1 with 10 seconds left in the third quarter. One more play in this quarter, unless it's a pass play. 3rd and 1, and Shelton's got all the defense right up close, and a first down. That's Hamill carrying the ball over the right side behind good blocking.
Well, now we think, Eric's got the kind of size that he can do that sort of thing and do it well. He's carrying close to 200 pounds on a 6-foot frame, so he can do some good power running. He's not just a finesse runner by far. Good combination of both.
I saw Andy Drennan drive a man about 4 yards deep on that, and Hamill followed him. That was the last play of the third quarter, with Hand continuing to lead 20-18, and they've just made a first down to keep the drive going. We begin the last 12 minutes of this football game. Hand in possession, just across the 35. Hand off to the first man, and a good gain. That's Turton carrying forward, and looks like he's got a first down, about 11-yard gain.
That young man has some good speed coming off the full toe, doesn't he? I mean, it reminds me a lot of Mike Battering Ram Burrell last year when he was coming through a lot of speed.
I like some of those runs up the middle. Do you notice that Andy Drennan gets off of the pile right ahead of the ball carrier? He led the ball carrier for 11 yards.
He's quick too.
He's an offensive guard. Pitch to the right to Hamill, and Hamill does not have any place to go that time.
That closed quickly out there.
Very well defensed. Give him a yard gain. I mean, that was a tough yard. But it's good to see that Dan Guinapero is back on defense, and now he's split wide left on offense, so he was not hurt badly at least. Hand off this time to Hamill. Hamill's got a little crease and gains about 6.
Third and a couple of 37. Maybe 4. Nice job by Eric. He worked his way through. Went to the left that time.
Almost 4 yards needed for a first down. Ball at the 47. They need this one to keep the drive going. Gumkowski rolling left. Pretty good blocking. Now Gumkowski is going to run, and he's going to be a yard short.
Yep. Almost had it. A little bit too. Didn't quite take advantage of that opening fast enough.
Mark Gumkowski carries it to the 45, but he needed to get to the 44.
I would go for it, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I think you got a relatively bad spot on that, but nonetheless, you're either going to make it or you're not this time.
And hand is planning to punt. We got Dan Glenn dropped in punt formation.
There's ranging over there.
And Glenn gets a beautiful kick out, and they get to the end zone.
Guys, get down there!
And it's going to be,
Oh, yes!
it's going to roll dead at about the 1 yard line.
Holy smokes, they stopped.
Dan Glenn gets a beautiful kick out, and it rolls dead on the far sideline at the 1.
You must have had that program someplace. I mean, that couldn't have gone any better than what it did.
That's the way coaches draw it up on the blackboard, Frank.
Yeah, holy smokes.
So Shelton with 99 yards to go. It's 9:40 left in the ball game. Hand is continuing to lead 20-18 in a very good game at Shelton. They have proved to Shelton that they can play with Valley teams. Now they have to see if they can beat Valley teams. There comes a runner to the near side. He's got the corner and a long run, and he's not knocked down yet, and he's still going. He may go all the way. So Shelton takes it 99 yards on a long run to regain the lead. No flags.
I didn't think they could do it. But that young man is some sort of fast and loser. And did have 2 or 3 guys with a shot at him. They had him on a shot right at the line of scrimmage. They had him about 5 yards deep, and about 30, and about 50 yards, and that was it. Holy mackerel.
So the lead has changed hands for the 3rd time in the second half. A 99-yard gain.
That young man is their entire offense. Holy mackerel.
Shelton has sustained very little tonight, but they've gotten 3 big plays.
80, 85, and 99.
So a 2-point conversion try for Shelton coming up. And quarterback looking to throw, and he is being tackled in the backfield as he gets it off. Tom Hopkins putting pressure on the quarterback, does not allow him to complete it.
And absolutely crushed that line that time to get through and disrupt everything. Nice job by Tommy to be the one to come through and get him.
So Shelton is ahead 24-20 with 9:12 left in the ballgame. So Hand has got to try to come from behind one more time. Duggan and Guinapero back about the 15 to receive this kickoff. This kick to the side with Guinapero fielding at the 19. And he breaks the tackle, goes forward to the 36-37.
Good field position. All right, nice job.
37 yards.
What about a 17, 18-yard run back on that? Okay, Danny. Well, excitement.
This is a very good football game regardless of who wins, but it's a long ways from over with 9 minutes left. And with two receivers to the left side, Guinapero is one of them. Domkowski rolling that way, overthrown, incomplete.
Thought he was going to have him open.
And Guinapero made a dive for it, but he could not reach it.
He had gotten himself out there too. If you notice, he's beyond the first down marker and then did his cut away. And nice job by Dan, but that pass wasn't quite there. Take him out, give him a break.
2nd and 10 at the 37. Bob Duggan split wide left. Hopkins in the slot left. And it's carried by Hamill. And Hamill tripped up at the line of scrimmage, goes forward for a yard.
Right now you see that defense for Shelton, even though they've been on the field a lot, they're kind of psyched up on this now. They've got the lead and they know it's up to them to hold it. On the other hand, the hand offense, which has been the driving force, has got to come through and make those blocks.
3rd down and about 8 for Hand. Mark Domkowski at quarterback tonight. Looking to throw, quick pass, and a incomplete pass. Almost a great play by Guinapero. Domkowski looked to the right and didn't have Duggan open, and then he looked to the left and threw it to Guinapero, who had a defensive man right on his pocket. 4th down coming up.
And he's going to put it away. And Ranger is back.
Dan Glenn to punt. High snap, but Glenn gets it out. And it will not be fielded. Bounces sideways at about the 32.
Now, you watch them, they'll just grind it out on the ground if they can.
Shelton will probably try to use as much time as they can on the ground. We'll see if Hand's defense is up to it.
They're going to do the same thing. They're not going to rest and think they've got enough either. They'll keep trying to pound that far side.
That play is stopped. Excellent defensive play. Tom Hopkins was in there early and messed up the whole play.
Couple-yard loss.
Hopkins was right in the path of the ball carrier, and by the time he reversed direction, half of Hand's line was in there.
Led by Tommy Malik.
In the front line for Hand are Hopkins on the defensive right end. Beside him is Mike Mason, or excuse me, that's Mike Anderson. And a draw play up the middle, cut down by Hopkins and Malik.
Nice duo there, guys. Went for naught on that one. So 3rd down in a bunch.
3rd and 11. And the rest of that line is Rob Mason and Tim Hevesy on the far side.
Linebackers are Eric Becker and we got Danny Carroll on their sides here.
Tom Malik on the inside, Mac Dolan on the far corner. 3rd and 11. Quarterback keep, and Tom Hopkins makes a tackle again.
Certainly slowed him down, got him by the ankle.
It's Hopkins by the ankle, Malik coming in high.
This time I don't think they'll try to make 4. It's too far down and no need to. Just try to drive Hand back and have the defense hold him.
4th and about 9 for Shelton, who will probably punt. We're inside of 6 minutes left in the ball game, however, and Hand's behind by 4 points. Guinapero is dropped deep for Hand.
And he has breakaway capability.
And it's a low kick. Low kick, and Guinapero gets away from it, and it rolls a long ways. Clear down to the 14.
Well, that's one of those things. Don't take a chance of being roughing the ball or anything, so just let it glide. But it would have been nice to be able to have that back up around the 25.
And is 86 yards away from getting the lead back here. You don't see too many high school games where the lead goes back and forth like this one. This has been a fine football game.
Kind of reminds me of the Notre Dame game last year. Every time it went back.
Gumkowski looking to throw. There's the man complete to Guinapero, who about gets his shirt ripped off. First down, 11-yard gain.
Nice catch by the G-man out there.
Gave him about 12 yards.
That gives a little more working room back there, not so close to the one end zone.
Ball is now spotted at the 27.
Should keep the defense spread out a bit when they complete those passes.
Gumkowski, it was a blitz by a linebacker. Gumkowski is going around the left side, and a good gain. He gained about 8.
That's right, he watched that. It looked like a blitz was coming through from the defense, and he moved right away from it, kept the ball, and got about 8.
Ball at the 35 now.
Took advantage of that wide side and his fast legs.
Then Guinapero coming to the near side of the field with single coverage. Pitch this time to Hamill on the left side, and a cutback, first down. Got a first down plus about 3 more. Across the 40.
I think if Eric had been able to cut to the left that time, he would have had a lot more real estate he could have covered. They would have to make those decisions all from court later on.
Daniel Hand with a first down at the 41. Clock is running, and we're near 4 minutes left in the ball game. Gumkowski rolling to the right, being pressured, sacked in the backfield, and there's a flag. Looked like a man had his face mask, Frank.
I think so. Well, it was going to be a good play, so you go from on from the defense, and should pick up some yardage.
That will be marked off against Shelton. The man who came in on Mark Gumkowski grabbed his face mask.
And it was significant bringing Gumkowski down. It shouldn't be an incidental. There it is. You're going to get a first out of that.
That will be a 15-yarder.
That's correct. We'll take that one.
Takes the ball all the way to the 44 and a first down.
Okay, 74 is on our left side.
So almost a disaster on the last play, but it turned into a good size one for Hand. Gumkowski is being rushed. Dodges a man. Now he throws. Complete pass to Guinapero, who goes forward for about 6.
Yeah, we got a nice pull down there by Gwynny. He's going to be over 100 yards on the night with probably a half dozen or more catches. Doing a nice job.
Frank, before the season started, I thought maybe Hand wouldn't pass all year long with a big lineman, but against this team, they have to pass.
Oh, yes. It's good to have that in your arsenal, for sure.
Gumkowski looking to throw again, and throws across the middle. They give it to him, complete pass. That's Guinapero down on his knees to catch the ball for a first down.
Nice. I've got to give that another nice eyeball by Gummy on that one.
They're starting to blitz linebackers to put pressure on Gumkowski as he rolls out, but that's a first down at the 28.
Keep the momentum going, guys. Keep it going.
Gumkowski back to throw. A man pouring in on him, and Haven't figured out what happened there, Frank.
He must have hit the ground.
It bounced, apparently. Knocked down, incomplete pass.
It was virtually in Hamill's hands, though. Oh. Just knocked out by
That was aimed for Hamill, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was lofted up. He had his hands and it was right on track. And
There were also two defenders who were on either side of
it was
Eric.
dangerous. We were lucky it wasn't picked off.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 28. And Shelton is pressuring Gumkowski. Gumkowski gets it away. And incomplete pass aimed for Tom Hopkins with 3 defenders in the area.
Sure were. I'll tell you, that defense is watching those receivers real well. Not a lot of open them. It's going to have to be quick outs, I think.
So we're coming down to 3rd and long here. And we have less than 3 minutes left in the game. Dan Guinapero split wide to the right, and inside of him are 2 other receivers, Glenn and Hamill, and now it's thrown across the middle, and they're going to give him a catch. That's Eric Hamill, and he looks like he should have a first down, doesn't he?
17.
Is that a first down, Frank?
That's
First down the hand. Eric Hamill down on his knees, caught the ball just off of the ground. Nice catch.
Well, you could see it now. Now the fans down here for Shelton are trying to say no catch. But Hamill had his hands between the ground and the ball. It had to be a catch if he held on, which he did.
First down on about the 17. This is the drive hand needs. Gumkowski rolling left, going to keep it. Turns it up and gains about 6, it looks like.
Still an opportunity for a first down, Ken. If you notice, they can get in first down with about 8 to go, maybe 6 to go. So really, this territory is it's 2nd down, and if they can get the first, they get another 4 to take it in there.
So about a 6-yard gain by Gumkowski, who takes it to the 12.
The numbers can work out right. You've got really 7 plays to go to 12. Just about enough time on the clock.
So we currently have a timeout for hand with 2:15 on the clock. Shelton leading 24 to 20 in the 4th quarter, but hand is moving. Hand has taken a timeout. We have 2nd and about 4 at the 12-yard line. They can make a first down. They need to get to, where, Frank, about the 6 or 7? And it's run by Hamill. Hamill is near first down. Maybe a yard short.
Short, but we get 2 opportunities to do it. The clock is moving, which is okay right now.
But they need a first down here. They're inside the 10. They're down about the 9. 3rd and almost 2. They're down.
All work in there now. Everybody's going to do their job.
There's a flag. A Shelton man jumped early.
Yep.
And Turton carried the ball enough for about a first down. Let's see what we get for a call.
Now, what you want to do now, either way, it depends on where the spot is.
That's going to be a first down. They want to walk off 5, which is what hand needs.
Right.
First down at the 4-yard line. 1:45 showing on the clock. Hand behind by 4. Tight formation for hand. A run type formation. Gumkowski's going to keep it up the middle. Mark Gumkowski takes it in.
Nice job. Everybody went through there blocking. The line opened up nicely on the right-hand side, and the running back, particularly Turton, went through there, drove out the last linebacker, enough for Gumkowski to come through there and make it well.
And both Drennan and Mike Anderson pushed men back to the goal line also. So Daniel Hand, with a minute and a half left in this game, has taken a lead again. 26-24. Jim Willis to try the extra point. Jim Willis puts it up, puts it through.
Yes!
Daniel Hand, 27-24, a minute and a half left.
By my count, Shelton is
The Hand team is collected around assistant coach Steve Sekula and head coach Steve Philippone. This game will come down to the defense. Can they stop a run back? And can they hold Shelton out for a minute and a half?
Keep it away from number one. That's what they gotta do. Keep it away from the Ranger. Come on, baby.
So Frank, the suspense builds here. Do we dare watch a kickoff return?
There's a minute and 30 on the clock. Just kick it away from number one. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a reverse set up on a kickoff even.
I have a feeling that this ball is going to go low, and Hand is going to call a timeout before they do the kick. So we are still going to wait a little bit before the kickoff return. So Jim Wallace has the ball teed up at the far hash mark on the 40 to kick off back to Shelton.
Well, you don't know, you'd almost want to try to squirt kick that thing around, let it bounce and all that stuff. Definitely away from number one.
He's hitting one that's going to bounce and picked up at about the 22, and it's run to the right. But that's not number one with the ball. He's still going, but they returns the ball to about the 43.
Oh, guys, you got to wrap those tackles. Took 8 seconds off the clock.
But that isn't quite what Hand had in mind or where they should start, though.
No, that's a good field position.
43-yard line. One thing, Frank, we were just talking about during the break, Shelton used timeouts before extra point tries, and by our count, they have none left. So they're probably going to pass every play. There's a flag down in the backfield and a complete pass, but I think that one's probably going to come back. That should be a holding call back there in the backfield.
Yeah, Rob Mason was coming around, and as was the whole front line of him. Looks like a hold.
That's what it's going to be, a holding call against Shelton in the backfield, although the quarterback, after being chased around, found his man.
Man was again wide open.
Right to him.
Yeah, wide open and nobody close to him. But important to that was you had 21 seconds ran off the clock.
The clock now says 1 minute and 1 second left in this game. And that also is a big penalty, 15-yard penalty.
Oh, they
First down and 25 to go.
And keep some pressure on that quarterback.
Shelton's got a short pass across the middle, but the clock is continuing to roll.
That's right. It rolls at this time. No timeouts. These are the timeouts are critical.
Complete pass. The ball is at the 35. Second and long. Second and about 20 for Shelton. And Hopkins is chasing his man. It's a complete pass out of bounds. They did stop the clock with 25 seconds left.
It should be third and about 11 yards. They got third and 10 or third and 11.
Third down and 11 yards to go. But they got the ball out of bounds to stop the clock.
That play was called to go to that side the whole time, and I don't know if they're calling those to get away from Hopkins. He's coming around that end real well.
They have Eric Hamill out covering a wide receiver on the near side of the field. And quarterback is looking, throwing long. And defense is right there, knocked down in the backfield.
Fourth down. They're going to go for it.
That was Eric Hamill who went over and helped knock down, play down. Fourth down, 18 seconds left in the ball game. 12 yards to go for a first. So the game comes down to this play, basically.
It really does. 27-24.
Shelton has used their timeouts.
Try to get in the Rangers' hands. That's what they'll try to do.
So we got there's a blitz by Malik up the middle, and he's picked up. He's picked up. There's a man. It's intercepted by Guinapero. Guinapero picks it off and goes back down the sideline to about the 35. 6 seconds left. Hand only needs to take a snap and kneel down, and they've got this ball game.
The G-Man, he steals it. He takes it away. like I said, he holds no prisoners at all. The Chief.
So the clock says 6 seconds. Hand is leading 27 to 24. An interception on 4th down by Dan Guinapero. And Hand is going to win a tough one in the Valley, Frank.
Tough one in the Valley. First time ever playing Shelton High School Gales, and it's going to come out after one whale of a ball game here.
This was an excellent ball game regardless of who comes out ahead in it. The score changed hands several times in the second half, and obviously Shelton is a well-coached team. The referees are signaling start that clock, and there it goes. The last 3 seconds of runoff, and Daniel Hand has won their 3rd game in a row at Shelton. Good game, Frank.
Good game all the way, and hats off to the return of Mark Gumkowski, doing a more than able job.
And a gutsy performance by Eric Hamill, who not only played when Darrell Noble went out hurt, but he played well and he scored that go-ahead touchdown.
He certainly did. You know, it really was quite a well-played game by Hand all the way around. If you're going to say any negative, the only negative is a little bit too much arm tackling trying out there. But on top of that, good teamwork by Hand, I think, all the way.
And there will be